Now you're tuned in to another exciting edition of The Trends, the show that brings you all the big social media conversations within the week. It's been a very big trending week. A lot of interesting conversations that have popped up, and we're getting all your feedback, all your messages, all your tweets, your Facebook comments, your Instagram messages, and bringing it live right here on the show. My name is Afua Asantewaa, and I'm your host. And I'm joined every week by some very incredible personalities who are not shy to speak their thoughts. And when we come back, we will be getting to meet our guests for the week, and of course getting into our big topics, some of the big trending conversations. What is trending right now, which we'll start off with, is the disqualification of Afua Asantewaa from the Guinness Book of Records attempt at longest singing hours. So we'll be getting into that right now. That is the new breaking news story and what is trending #1 on all social media platforms as people discuss this story. As well, Honorable Howard Coomson also said some interesting made some interesting comparisons comparing the rent in Canada as just as high as Ghana. So if we can't afford the rent here, we should go there and see. That might be something people might take her up for because a lot of people, based on how many people are gathered at the Canadian Visa Application Center, are actually looking for a means to go there and probably pay the rent there instead. Also, we'll be touching on Haja Foro Mona Montrage, who is also seemed to have pleaded guilty to the issue of money laundering, romance scam, amongst many others. And we'll be taking a look at some of your commentary on that throughout the week. So stay with us. This is The Trend. Getting into my guest in studio for today. Welcome again to The Trends, a show powered by you on social media. Your commentary, your thoughts, your tweets, everything brings us a show right here on TV3. My name is Afua Asantewaa, and now joined by some incredible personalities, starting off with a man who is certainly always in the thick of things. Either he's in front of the camera, behind the camera, writing about the story, PRing the story, or an artist or something of that sort. He is the one and only Edem Mensah-Sotome, and he's joining us. Hi, Edem. Oh, it's always good to see you.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I feel like I should tell you Happy New Year because I haven't seen you so long.
Yeah, for some time, yeah.
But welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Also, a lady that definitely doesn't shy away from the issues, speaks her mind, and damn the consequences. She is media personality. Yeah, she really must be. Tilly Epianipa. Hi, Tilly. And finally, social commentator Edem Vine Day Tutu. So Edem Square, actually, yeah. So we have two Edems on the show today. Edem, how are you doing? Hope you had a good week.
Yeah, I'm fine, AJ.
We're glad. Now let's start it off with Afua Asantewaa. She concluded, I think, on the 29th of December, 126 hours and a few minutes of singing, hoping to break the longest singing record from the Guinness Book of Records, which sort of, I think we can attribute the whole idea of thorns on Afua Asantewaa, sorry, because before her we hadn't done thorns. It was Nigerians that were doing a lot of thorns, even that they weren't even doing it too much, but then Ghanaians got it. And then we've run with it. There's a ton for it. Right now, we even have Gobeton. We are doing Gobeton on the 16th at the Gobe Festival. Longest Gobe eating. So watch out for the Gobeton at the Gobe Festival on the 16th of March by 3 FM. But now let's take a look at the tweet, which has set off social media this evening. The Guinness Book of Records officially put out on their platform in reply to someone who I think I had inquired about it, saying that unfortunately, Afua's Guinness World Record attempt for the longest singing marathon was not successful. But we hope that she will make another attempt soon. We've seen how inspirational it had been for her fans. The evidence check had already begun before Afua requested priority service. So we have refunded her payment earlier this month. We wish Afua the best of luck with any further record attempts. Yeah. Initially, on Valentine's Day, I hosted her and her husband as the couple of the year because they've truly been inspiration in terms of how much love they've shown over the period. And she stated that initially, the first record she wanted to attempt was the longest, the longest, I think 100 meters to 200 meters in heels. Was what she had initially attempted, hoping to attempt, but realized that the implications if you you are unable to be successful, even during training, could mean you've been set out for a bit. Like if you break your ankle, you fall, whatever, you have to wait for it to regrow before you start it all over again. So it was a bit too dangerous to attempt, and then they decided to go for singing. Now, Adam, what were your initial thoughts a few minutes ago when you first saw the announcement?
Disbelief. I mean, I felt it wasn't true. So I went through the various social media handles of Guinness World Record, but because it wasn't an official, like something they posted on their social, I mean, if you go on their page, you will not see it.
Right.
So I was trying to, then where is this coming from? So I tried to follow the trend, and I realized that it was a reply
to someone's inquiry.
Then I was like, problem. Because
Big problem.
In recent times, just recently, I posted a video of her where someone asked, and she was very confident that, why would you think that the results will come and I'll sit on it and I will keep it away from Ghanaians? I mean, if that's what you believe it, believe it. You know, when it comes, everybody will know. When the thing comes, in fact, you are going to party hard with my friend. When it doesn't go my way,
right,
we will still party hard. So I had so much belief in her that whatever the result is, she'll present it to us for us to know how it was. But, I mean, looking from where we are today, which really shows that she is aware of the disqualification, including, I mean, a refund, I ask, why would you keep this? Because, you know, in PR, you need to control the narrative. So
maybe the money hasn't hit her account because you are assuming that they've ordered a refund. But this is America coming back to Ghana.
Yeah, but
and then you know how our banks can be sometimes. So
okay,
if I haven't received the money,
if
I haven't received the money, I don't know.
But what of maybe the disqualification notice? I still want to.
We are assuming we didn't get the email.
I still want to hear what she will say, because why would you have something like this in your hands and decide to keep it? Because
honestly, if she had known, I think she should have put it out herself.
Yeah, because if you know this and you keep it, I mean, that is a very terrible PR.
Maybe she was hoping that she would announce it on her own terms, maybe at the end of the month.
Because, you know, the way the world is going. I mean, we are in.
Tilly's looking at me.
You know, Tilly has been questioning her on the social media on this, going back and forth with the team on Facebook. You know, you need to just put it out, because now your PR narrative has left you. Because you could have easily said, unfortunately, the results didn't go how we expected, but I am really...
Maybe she was waiting for
I'm
a
very happy
milestone
with the level of support Ghanaians show me. We go again. You
but
know,
maybe you want
better
to
luck
plan
next time.
it. Maybe I want to announce it on first match.
You want to go again to her?
You know, I mean, let people sympathize with you and give some hope.
Oh, but perhaps I want to wait. I want to time it for something. Maybe
in this
perhaps
age where
she was hoping to release
digital,
something, so she was
people are
timing
social media savvy and things,
Well,
and especially the way nowadays. I mean, this is, I mean, my advice to her.
Right.
The way she has become very confrontational nowadays on her
has.
socials. Any, I mean, thing people say she wants to. I mean,
Respond
today
to.
like this, she posted a video with somebody saying, do you think you are insulting me in French so that I can reply? If you insult me in French, I insult. You know, you don't have to get into that. If you do that, now that this is out, Ghanaians, any post you do, they will come at you. They will be sending you DMs, and if you are not careful, your mental health. So, I mean, celebrities go through a lot. So if you are exposed to the media, you know how you should be very cautious how you do some of this things. Because if you are not careful, like they'll say, because Ghana, social media, social media phone, so I feel very bad for her that, I mean, what she was trying to prevent, like that kind of banter with people, these social media guys, now it's about to happen. The showdown is about to go down. But if indeed she had it and kept it to herself, she did herself a disservice.
True, I can agree.
I'm really,
honestly, it would have been best if she had dictated the narrative. But Tilly, you have been going back and forth on social media on what the status of it. Why? Why were you so curious?
Oh, well, I know that a lot of people
attempt it. And Guinness doesn't have the habit of announcing those that did not qualify. They actually announce those that qualify. Okay. So if somebody didn't say something for Guinness to reply, we would have never known. And whichever way she would have received the information and how long she wanted to keep it, she would have kept it and we will still not know. For whatever reason she kept it, I'm not going to blame her, because this thing, it wasn't just something she did and then nothing happened. It was a life-changing moment for her. Of course. So personally, I can understand why, if she got the message earlier, she would want to sit on it, because maybe she would want to prolong a certain experience, a moment that she's living with, the kind of goodies and attention she got from it. I mean, people are still doing stuff with her because they are hoping that at the end of the day, she will be the one in the books and then it will all culminate to that enjoyable thing we were hoping for. But to me, I think if she has a PR team, this is where they have to work. Yes, she didn't get in. But to me, I feel like no, please let me finish, I beg you. She didn't get in, but I think they can do a lot of, control. And first of all, she has to stay away from that trolls and trying to get up in the faces. Like she shouldn't do that. They should just control the narrative. Now they have to amplify the fact that whatever she did, in as much as the goal was to enter the books, she didn't get that. She has inspired a lot of people to do this thing that they are doing. And also, I actually spoke to the GT. I asked one of them that the role they gave her as an ambassador, is she living up to that? They said yes, because when they do their surveys of those in the diaspora and they ask how they are getting information from our side, they say Afua Asantewaa, she's top of the list, because now people are watching her, they are seeing what she's doing, and her role as the ambassador, which came, she's doing the job. So I think if she has a PR team, they have to now amplify the fact that, yes, in as much as she didn't get into the books, she is a success. And I think personally, if she sits down and she looks at her life before and after the thing, yes, she might not have gotten into the books, but there's a lot of win for her that she can amplify. And it goes to her team as well. This is not the time to come and fight unnecessary battles online. This is the time that you have to let her manage the PR proper, put things out. Yes, we didn't get it. We're hoping for a better response, but this didn't go our way. However, we are excited and we are proud of the things she has accomplished and put some of the statistics of what she has done to amplify herself and what she has achieved so far. So the brands that want to work with her continue to work with her, but don't let this be the moment where she's up in people's business trying to defend herself, because she will not win that fight against social media. She should forget the trolls and push, because her job as a tourism ambassador, she's checking all the boxes. So she have to focus on that. And people think I'll be excited. I will not be excited, because if she had gotten into the books, it would have encouraged all those doing it in Ghana. Yeah. You get it? We needed that win to encourage the others too.
If you put it that way, people might say, because some people actually want people to stop, because it's getting to a point where now we have all kinds of thorns. It's becoming a lot.
Hold on. Guinness wants people to be part. Why are you complaining? Not you. Those complaining. Guinness themselves, they are the ones receiving.
No, the thing is, I don't think a lot of them are getting the right permission to do it. A lot of them are very random. Speech-a-thon, drink-a-thon,
some are getting it. AJ, me, my only problem is that what I've seen is that we do not rehearse, or as soon as we get there, it's like as soon as we get the approval, we are so in a haste to pick a date and start mobilizing support without adequate training. The person who won, who set the record for, he rehearsed for years. You know, he went through some things. If you look at how he was able to do that, it wasn't easy. I mean, the kind of painstaking preparations to be able to go about it. It's like we get so carried away with the approval. As soon as we see the email, they tell you can choose a day. So
you run with
I mean, a friend was about to do something. He told me about getting the approval, and he wanted to pick a date. And I said, have you been practicing? It's something you're going to do for many days. How have you practiced?
But are we even reading the Guinness Book of Records? And I'll come to Adam on that.
Adam Square.
I think that, okay.
No, sorry. So the people don't seem to be looking, because there's so many easy things you can actually break in the Guinness World Records book. But we are looking at the longest thorns we can possibly think of.
Well, I think that it's also based on interest and expertise.
Okay.
Even if Adam wanted to do a something-a-thon, I don't think it will be anything apart from aside from speaking or probably writing, it's an issue of interest. Where does her interest lie, or where do your interest lie? And that's what you want to go into. About Afua, I think that disappointment is a difficult thing to get to.
True.
So sometimes when people lose out on certain things, I think that we've got to be graceful with them.
Yeah.
Then again, a lot of people on social media, it's as if we're waiting for this day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. She shouldn't get in so that we would laugh. No disrespect, but Ghanaians have this culture certain times where we seem to put someone out there and just wait for things to go south.
So that we'll pull it right
Exactly.
back
I don't think it's an enjoyable thing to do. I don't see it. I agree with them that she should have put out a statement. Then again, I also have an issue with the record holders. Just because Eden mentioned PR. You do not write a statement without certain elements missing. You claim she didn't make it. Why didn't she make it?
They've explained it to her, perhaps.
If that's different. If you deem the public fit enough to announce to us that she didn't make it, make the announcement wholesome. You understand? It is a basic PR knowledge. Anybody who's even done an HND in public relations will tell you this. You don't write a statement that has too many holes in it. You said the person did not make it. Why didn't she make it? Because you see, they could have saved us from all these had I known ifs and all these things. Because if they would have written a statement and said that, well, we received her application on this date, we reviewed it this way, she didn't make it, we informed her on this date. Because do you know what that statement looks like? It looks like they were setting her up. Because you put at the end of a statement, you say, well, you had started reviewing before she had sent the request. You've refunded the money to her. That's part of your job. That is like you're trying to save face for yourself. What happens to the person who actually attempted the thing?
But do they owe a responsibility to her?
Do they owe that responsibility to her? I think so. Why do I think so? When she makes the attempt, when she wrote to them, did they write back to her?
They did.
They did. And the Guinness Book of Records is not, it's not any small thing. It's something that you're doing. It's a global something with global audience. So I believe that you owe that responsibility to society.
Maybe they knew she was going to. I mean, that is why I still want to blame her. That I mean, she shouldn't have kept this to herself.
So why don't you
because
make...
this is of huge public interest. I mean, the kind of support
perhaps they're
she
giving
got
her
from us.
enough wiggle room to be able to now speak on it herself. We're giving you the basics to let you know that we've exonerated ourselves. It's not that we are the ones delaying, because a lot of perception was created that Guinness World Records was the one that were delaying, either affirming or denying.
Because if you
her
check
the
the statement, you could clearly feel like they are tired.
Yeah, it's almost, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have been tweeting at them that, oh, we're waiting, and then to know that we've done our due diligence, we've sent you a response, and you haven't put it out there, but we are still being perceived as the one who are doing.
Let me ask a simple question, and for those of you who follow the Singathon, since Afua started, did you see any tweet from the Guinness Book of Records acknowledging her? They actually did
yes,
in the beginning,
yes.
and that's where my point comes to. Social media is business. Now, if you look at the number of people who followed her attempt, the algorithm and whatever feed it is that particular page benefited from.
Of course.
And you inform people that, okay, she's doing this, you even wish her luck. So what stops you from saying, well, she tried it, she didn't make it? And the whole argument that it's not the norm, I disagree with that. I disagree because it may not be the norm, but it may just be the right.
Depending on the interest.
On the interest and probably the situation. Look, when Hilda tried that thing with the Guinness Book of Records, you could tell how much clout it built for the record itself.
Of course.
Even in Africa.
In Africa.
So many people in Africa before her, and if they didn't know about these things. They didn't even follow.
And place premium on it.
Premium on it.
Okay, so even going to the tweet that led them to respond to it. So it was a video that stated, and we can't play it obviously because it's a little too long, but it says that Guinness World Records disqualifies Afua Asantewaa despite her paying 9,286 Ghana cedis. So basically, it was their way of saying that, you know what, we've refunded your money to you. We may have disqualified her, but we have refunded your money to you. So it was, they needed to exonerate themselves before it seemed as if we kept their money.
If that's the situation,
do you get? So that's literally it.
Look, and that's what I'm saying. That let's assume, because we don't know. We can't. I still don't understand. No, me as to why she's keeping or not keeping, it's really not my. It's not a point. Say again.
It would have saved
you and
from all this.
Us. From what?
From all of these guest creation, gestures.
Can I say something to what he said?
AJ, we should not hold brief for Afua.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I want to even
then again, I want to believe that even if she's not got experts or advisors, she's got very good friends. So I want to believe that when the decision came, they might have sat on it and probably thought that, well, this is how they want to approach it. And you of all people know that silence is actually a part of the PR.
No.
Hold
in
on.
some cases.
So that's what I'm saying.
Not always.
I'm not saying it's the right thing. I'm saying that that could have been, that's how they wanted to approach it. And they are at liberty to do so.
Yeah, but I mean, as a PR person, you know that controlling the narrative in PR is very
I want to come to Tilly because she looks like she has a lot to say on this. Please go ahead.
And you allowed yourself others to control the narrative.
Tilly, please go ahead.
I think that we want to make it look like Afua Asantewaa's own is special from whatever they've been doing with the Guinness World Record. Yes, granted, that we as Ghanaians were excited. There was a lot of fuss and noise around it. But the rules were the rules. And the fact that Afua Asantewaa, there's a national interest doesn't mean they were going to do anything different for her.
So is there any part of the rule that says that the record is not responsible?
No, let me finish.
For announcing results.
They don't announce it. They don't announce it. Check their page. No, let me finish. Please let me finish.
No, there are two things. When you say they don't announce it,
let me finish. No, let me finish.
It's either it's actually a part of their rule book.
They don't announce it. They don't. You just have to also do a bit of research. They don't announce it. Okay. What they do is that they announce those who passed it. Yeah. So that the point is who broke the record. Because a lot of people in the world are actually applying, so they can't come all the time to come and say this person didn't get in. So the problem is that they gave Afua Asantewaa the information, which maybe she kept it, maybe she didn't see anything. Whatever you do with it. The point of the fact that we are trying to make it look like they didn't do the right thing, they should have found out. No. Afua Asantewaa applied with her own personal email, and then I'm sure when they disqualified her or when she didn't make it, they will tell her why. Because the same way when you apply, they give you the detailed rules of what you have to do, and then we have to go on the website and go and see some of the rules. Even that, we were not even privy to everything about it, but she would know.
Exactly.
Same way, if they disqualify her, they will go to her email and tell her whatever it is. This thing was hold on. Okay. This thing was not an official release. Right. This was a response to set a disclaimer that we have given her money back to her. They don't have the habits of coming to put things out. So
they actually don't.
Yes, they don't do that. So don't make it look like because there was clout about Afua Asantewaa, so they have to come and no, don't
I'm saying that even if it was a response, let's assume then again that a lot of people were coming at them, that the girls paid money. You think that was a better way to respond?
So they should understand the gravity.
No, I'm not. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking them because I've sat in a PR class with him, and I'm asking you. You think that's a better way to respond?
So you want to say that
whatever exonerates
it meant
them
that the interests were high interest.
No.
People had a lot of interest.
Exactly, and they were asking you why is that the girls paying money?
So I think the reason why they responded is because the allegation was made that they have kept the money. So and that's what they needed to exonerate themselves. They have not kept anyone's money.
Even if that's the allegation. My question is that. Is that the best way to respond?
Yes.
But they don't owe anybody.
Yes, that's what it is.
The thing is, even though I have issues...
You wanted them to clear
because
even though I have issues
that's why I agree with Adam. If she had come out herself, because I'm sure they would have told her whatever she did wrong and whatever it is, she would have been able to say, oh, we didn't qualify because of this.
So those who want to attempt further later on can learn from this.
But it is not them to come and list when they are trying to. No.
PR opportunity to do.
And that's what I'm saying.
On that note, please no. We'll move on to our next one.
She has. I agree.